At the end of a long shift, I shared a casual conversation with my assistant manager and friend Alec. We're both bartenders at a hotel. One day he shared the story of why he came to the United States from El Salvador. He was proud of his Salvadorian heritage. The food, the local slang, differences in biblical translation and churches. His heritage was very much a part of his personality, not just cultural identity. I um, I asked Alec if he considered visiting during the slow season, only a month away. Alec shrugged but looked away, saying that he could not go back these days until conditions on the street had changed. Alec said his last name would be a death sentence if he returned. He said my last name would be a death sentence. Um, I don't remember word for word exactly much of what Alex said that night, but I never forgot that. Alec told me about the gangs. They were not like Crips or Bloods, or even Al Capone or Tammany Hall. Um, Alec told me that the gangs in El Salvador were polygenerational, with no ideology, no diplomacy, and grudges that never ended. What they had was guns and the willingness to use them. The grudges they kept were more powerful than the guns. 50 years ago, Alec's granduncle said no to some banal complicity, and that's all it took. Alec told me that his grandkids would be targeted for death in another 50 years, just as he was targeted for death today, or his granduncle 50 years ago. If he went back to his family's home country, the gangs would find out through rival families or just neighborhood gossip. Once that happened, men with guns would come for him. These gangs will never fear the law, never run out of bullets or backup. And if they killed Alec, his murderers would receive no other reward than a pat on the back. My mind reeled. I tried to wrap my mind around it. Alec could stay out of El Salvador or die, with no third alternative. He could no more go home than we could land an astronaut on the sun. Under the new proposed rules, Alec would not have been granted asylum in the United States. We must save asylum.